Hello, this is the Robin's Nest by Terry. Let's paint today.
Start off. It is 7 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Hi, Dusty. I went to a thrift store today, and I found this old root beer syrup bottle, and it's from Frosty's. So what better thing to paint a snowman on? There's Tracy. Thanks, Tracy. Well, we know those caps will never go on too. So it is a Frosty's root beer syrup. And apparently back when they made root beer syrup, there was alcohol in there because it says alcohol. So what I'm going to do is I went ahead, I base coated it white first and then with my dark brown because I couldn't figure out what base color. But we're going to make a snowman root beer float. Okay, and then we'll have some wording here, but it'll look really cute. This is the original cap as well that says Frosty Frost Top. I don't even know if they make Frost Top root beer anymore, but I'm going to take a little ping pong ball, glue it up here on the top, put some texture around it, and then this is going to look like a little root beer mug. Won't that be perfect? It'll be perfect. Don't know if we'll get to that part because I kind of have some big plans for this jug. So I'm going to pop you up over here. Oh, before I get started, let me show you. I did not finish yet the one from last week. This is a clear jug. I added lots of texture. I haven't finished the hat yet, but this is my mega pint. This was a clear jug at one time and my husband spray painted it for me. But by adding that texture, it made it look really old. So, all right, let me put you up here and we will get started. I'm still in my Halloween mood. I'm not ready for all the Christmas stuff going on yet. Still into the fall spirit. All right, so I need the bad thing, we'll put that right there. When you're working with a jug, is getting it to stay still. So I did a little bit of digging on the computer as far as what a root beer float looks like. So I want my brown here to look, you know, after your ice cream has melted into your root beer, that changes the color of it. So we're going to switch up the color. So by putting that dark brown base on there first, I wanted the handle to go off. So I've got to be really careful because until I seal this, it's going to come off. Hi, Carol, I'm good. Corinne, I have not had a chance yet. I spent a week working on taxes. I do have electric, and today I bought my porch lights and my lights that I needed for the inside. So I could be in there anytime I wanted at the moment, but I'm going to, okay, so what you see on the top of his head is going to be texture. And so we want the ice cream to kind of have a, you know, a slightly brown look to it with all the root beer syrup going on. And then this is the whipped topping. I don't have to do much to this because I'm going to add texture to it. But we will. And then I'm going to make it look like it's got a couple extra scoops of ice cream in here, which are going to be his hands. So when you're working on glass, and I did not prep this at all, I never do, you got to be really careful that you don't get too much water in your brush. And then we get that going, then we'll go down and let that drip down in there. Okay, I kind of love these new brushes. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Gwen. Should get one of them holders from Scrappy's. Holds everything. Carol, I guess I'm not sure what you're talking about. I got so many things that need to be held. Okay, we're going to go right up here. I want a good fresh puddle of paint though. Let me grab some. And it's going to say Frosties right here at the top. We'll see if I like this brush right here. And then it's going to have like how to make like a root beer float recipe over here on this side. Go ahead and get this done because I don't want to get my hand in anything down below. So I'm just going to get the main part of the letters in, and then I'll go back and get the rest of it. Got to make sure I don't get it too wet. Oh, well, Carol, I will have to check that out. And make sure that my long letters don't get in the way. What is good about painting right on the glass is if you make a mistake, you can go back and easily take care of it. All right, I do want to get rid of some of the darkness that is inside of this dark brown. So I'm just going to take a soft brush, kind of pull out some highlights. My paint water is already full of white paint. Can't see the bottom. Also, while I was at the thrift store today, I found an old vintage water sanitizer to make purified water. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I'm going to turn it into Frosty's spring water, North Pole fresh spring water, something like that. Okay, so I got to keep it dry. ahead and give him a little bit of cheeks. With the nose in here, find a smaller brush. Start making him look like he is something. Oops. So I kind of want him to go with my chocolate covered frosty ice cream cone, which I made this little ice cream guy. Still got to go over and get a fake cherry to put on him. And so yeah, I'll have a root beer float and an ice cream cone. Okay. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Kathy. Kathy, I've got your home sign I totally forgot about in the house, ready to mail to you tomorrow. So right there, it's going to catch because we have 1, 2, and 3 mark. I don't know what those mean, but there are marks on the bottle. And it just totally reminds me of gingerbread. I keep wanting to do gingerbread trim around the sides of it. Hi, Tammy. Well, we're doing the crow pattern tomorrow for those of you who signed up for the $10 class to walk through step by step on how I add all the extra details to what I paint. So, in fact, I should have brought that out here. It's a crow with an ear of corn, and it's really going to be a good class. It's the best one I think I've done so far as getting everybody prepared. And I made a little ebook, put a page on the brushes and paints, and okay. Yeah, so this is why you work from the top down, because right now I got to put my hand in there. Oops, got a little too much paint there. Now I'm anxious to try these new brushes on his eyelashes. Let's see if we can get some eyelashes on this guy. Man, if those nail artists saw my brushes, I want to make sure I don't have enough. I've never had my nails painted, so I doubt though that they put water in their fingernail polish the way that we do. Oh, look at that. I found something new. Got my hand down here in this brown so much, I'm just surprised I haven't taken any paint off yet. Let's go ahead and put some snow. I guess it's not snow, it's, let's call it whipped cream dropping off the top of his head. That's what we can call it. Let's see if I can get, I would not be a nail artist. Okay, let's see if we can get just a couple little eyelashes going in there. Oh, look at that. I'm pretty excited now. We're gonna make this ice cream look like it's dripping. So he doesn't really have a neck, but that it's dripping down. Kind of like you would see on a gingerbread man, but we want these to look not just like hands, but also as ice cream. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and make the top of this ice cream really white, but I want it to look like it's dripping down. And I can tell you have to really use very different pressure on these brushes than you do a normal brush. Okay. Let's put our texture right there because I don't have to do much more to his whipped topping. I would like, I saw where they do put cherries on some of them. Let's see. And I did not prep the jug. Sometimes my husband will spray paint them. This one is amber colored and I didn't want to change the look of it because I'm leaving the root beer label on the back, and Mary Ann gave me a good idea as to sealing this so it doesn't flake off, because that has everything to do with why we are doing what we're doing. All right, texture. So this will make it look like he's got whipped cream up here. I'll pat it down into right in there so it looks like it's dripping. Forgot to turn my phone off. Now I could put sprinkles on this, which I'm kind of thinking about doing, just to jazz them up a little bit. I'm pretty sure they don't put sprinkles on root beer floats, but I think mine wants to have sprinkles. And kind of build it up a little bit. And then on the second coat, I'll swirl it more so it's not just globbed on here. I want it to have a nice, smooth look to it like whipped cream does. Get this here real quick. That is a new paintbrush. I just got them in the mail today. Hi, Mary. They are brushes that they use to paint your fingernails. All right, let's make this root beer float. Oops, you know what I forgot was to add some right here to her. Kind of looks like a girl, but and I want that brown shading because this is supposed to be root beer syrup, and so kind of want it to have kind of the same color as the root beer cup. I could even go down into here. Because we're going to have this ice cream coming out down here. And then I'll go back and space out his hands again. I want it to look like it's overflowing with ice cream. Okay. I put maraschino cherry in my root beer sometimes. Root beer is my favorite drink. In fact, if it's not A&W, I can't drink it. And it's got to be Diet A&W. It's always my go-to. It's the only pop I drink. All right, let's make this cup look like it's got root beer in it. We need a darker brown. And create a shadow down here. And we want it to look like our glass is divided, just like a root beer glass would be divided. And I could do that with either a highlight or the shading. And try it with the shading and then a little bit of highlighting inside of it. Okay. Now I do want the handle to look like glass. I don't want a white handle, but I need to, this is where, usually if I base coat, then I don't have to worry about this, but you have to be very careful when you're painting right on the glass, because I do not have glass paint. It is just going right on the glass with my acrylic. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. I think it should have him on there. Oh, silver pearl drops would be cute. Cherry sprinkles and cinnamon in the vanilla ice cream. Thank you, Sue. Oh, they sell the syrup there? I know my mother-in-law used to make homemade root beer. But you know what the difference in homemade root beer and store-bought root beer is? They don't put any carbonation. Or at least the stuff I've had homemade has no carbonation in it. And ugh, I can't. Then it reminds me of Grandma's sarsaparilla tea. And ugh, I wasn't a fan of sarsaparilla tea either. But they have a lot of the same characteristics. Okay, we're going to let that set up because then we got to come back in and finish our shading to make it look like root beer. So we're going to go back up here to our lettering, and I guess I better stand up for that, huh? Can't see it from down there. I want to make sure my brush is very dry. So you don't want to drag your brush through it because it will start not sticking. You can see there where my, better not get into that yet. I'm running out of spaces to put my hand. I want to fatten up some of these sides here. So I think this brush will do really good lettering when we get down to the ingredients and how to make it. We are in the middle of harvest season, and I live across the street from the green bins, so you will probably hear lots of green trucks rolling in tonight. But what's good is where I just messed up right there, I can wipe it right off and go back over it. All right, I'll do that last S here in a minute. For just a little bit of detail, let's just run. I don't want to get too deep. Kind of break up some of the brown going on here. Okay, so I had a couple of different sayings. I could put scoop ice cream, pour the root beer, top with whip. Or nothing is better than ice cream and root beer, or Frosty's root beer float recipe. Okay, got it. We are going to make a recipe here, but we don't want to do it on just the plain brown. We want to make it a little bit more festive looking because we got a lot of brown going on for root beer. That I'd get by without having to pour some more paint, but apparently I'm not. Because everybody needs a root beer jug as home decor in their house. we sold the Crunch and Munch box last week. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thank you, guys. Oh, they carbonated their root beer? Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Hi, Sandy Allen. He's starting to look like root beer float. And I was going to have this zigzag, but I think I will just pull it straight down. Oh, you know what? The word root beer is going to go on the inside of the cup. There's some chunks of paint in there. You want to paint a root beer float? I do too. And you know what? I passed up at the last thrift store some A&W mugs. Wouldn't it be cute to take the A&W mug, and like I've got this one in an ice cream cone, and make the A&W mugs? So I think Brittany might have a couple over there. I know I've got an A&W mug from years ago, the little baby size ones. Remember those that, I hate to say it, but I did steal it. Back when I was in high school, it was the cool thing to do was to, actually, I wasn't driving, so it was actually my cousin who drove off with the cups. See what happens when nothing's under there? I think I've got a couple Dog and Suds one too. We still have a Dog and Suds here. I don't know if we still have an A&W. I know it used to be with KFC, but I haven't been by there in a while. All right, I do want to show you at least the lettering, but I want to shade up this cup real quick. And you got to make sure that your brushes are soft when you work on something like this. I think I'm going to shade it in black rather than the burnt umber. So this weekend, over on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, we have Saturday morning sales, and the sellers will be selling every 15 minutes starting at 10 o'clock. So you won't want to miss the sales. If you like things like this that are hand painted, handmade, and there's other things on there as well. But it's a great platform to go and, you know, if you can't get to the craft shows, because it's the same stuff you'd see at craft shows. And that is running Saturday and Sunday night, and Saturday morning starting at 10. Yeah, keep the smaller one in the freezer. I remember keeping them in the freezer. Okay, I gotta, it's not quite dry. We had a A&W with a Long John Silver, and we've got, but I just drove by it last week and it's closed down. And then we had an A&W with our KFC. Oh, Dana, yay! I'm glad to hear you're going to Oklahoma. I got to keep my project under wraps. Otherwise, I'd show you. It's supposed to be a secret. Kind of showed it yesterday a little bit. But with me, you'll be painting a pink snow lady. And I teach on Saturday morning, early. 9 o'clock's early for me. But they are making my wood pieces, and they're going to be engraved. So it's going to be like paint, it's going to be kind of like paint by number. The design is already in the wood for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we got some bling to put on her, which is even more fun. So I want a picture of everybody and their snow ladies after the class. Oh, I really need to get in. You can see it's starting to bubble up a little bit, so it doesn't want to be played with. Yours are always packed. Ours are not always packed. I think that's the problem. I am going to try to get a little bit of white in there. Oh, Dana, I don't think we'll be doing any, well, I know she won't have any lettering, but she will have shading and highlighting. And I'm making a step-by-step presentation on each step so that, you know, if I'm way up there on stage and with that many people, you're not going to be able to see me. But in the Facebook group, I will have where you just arrow over to the next step so that you're never behind. And if you have to finish it up at home, you know, you're still good with that. So I'm excited about it. I'm not ready, but I'm excited. All right, so we want to do I wrote down a couple of different things. Add 2 scoops of the, we'll make it real simple. I'll have to get rid of those little bigger spots. Well, there you get my dog and the train. Can I say I don't like that brush as well? It separates. So I have a scoop. Okay. The ice cream. What else does it say? Okay, scoop. I want to make sure I have enough room. Oh, I think I'll do it this way. That way I don't run out of room at the bottom. I won't put all these in because this is kind of the boring part for you to watch. And usually when the letters are this small, I got to go back over them again. So I have to find something really cute. What I'm going to do is, since this handle looks like a little root beer mug, is I'll take a little ping pong ball, glue it to the top, put texture around it, and make it look like an ice cream sundae at the top as well. Or ice cream, or root beer float. The scoop the ice cream. Oops. I could, since it is a snowman, I could hit it with some splatter it with, so it looks like it's snowed on it. Not sure. I better look what time it is. 7. Oh, I am over time, you guys. I am over time by 3 minutes. I have written the wrong word, and I went to craft shows and people tell me I've written the wrong words. It is root beer, so hi Joyce. Yeah, I'm gonna get this done up. I'm gonna be really busy the next couple days, so I'd like to have it finished. Okay, can't even remember which brush I was using. Let me turn this way. I do like these brushes, but they're very, very tricky. I don't know how ladies paint fingernails. Let's put it that way. One. And so on all my lettering, when I make it this small, I always go back and touch up, try to get the letters about the same size and fill in any gaps. And then I make a mistake, like my "the" is too big. So we're going to cancel that whole thing out. And we need enough to get the white out but not take my brown off. And that worked. Because not being sealed, you got to be very careful with the water. Teresa, I used just modeling paste. I did this last hour. In fact, I just got off of the previous video because I was on Craft Around the Clock and I only had 45 minutes. And of course, I'm the person who tries to do something that would normally take a couple hours in 45 minutes. So I want to get it done and take some pictures of it. So I think I'm going to make the top, well, I do have some smaller styrofoam balls because I think the top looks like a bottle of A&W. So I'm going to put the ball up here with a snowman face and make it like a root beer float as well. So this would be a really good piece to go along with whoever bought the Crunch and Munch box, which was, I believe it was Lena who bought the Crunch and Munch box. Pour the root beer, and then I want top with whip. I searched the internet for sayings or a recipe that I could use, and I think the easiest thing to do was this one that I found. Just scoop the ice cream, pour the root beer, top with whip. You know what? This one I don't have to start so far over. And I got some exciting news today. I got a call from Facebook who did that last story on me, and they want to update my story, and I'm like, but it just came out. And she said, yeah, but we wrote it in May. So they're going to do an updated story, mainly showcasing Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. So if you have not checked out Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, you should. We have 3 different segments of sales this weekend. We got Saturday morning starting at 10 a.m. Central. We've got Saturday night starting at 6 p.m. and Sunday night starting at 5:30. And they're going to give me 4-hour-long sessions because I got accepted into that leadership program, so I'm kind of excited about it. It's like, well, I haven't really done anything since May, but oops. Okay, so you can see where I got my hand in it, but we got that part in. So where my texture is drying here, I need to go in with my white and clean that up. Because I wanted that light brown shading. It's because it kind of looks like root beer. But then I need to go back and trace around these black lines. So this is where I use the modeling paste. Oh, you know what? This needs, like the whipped cream has fallen down, like it's overflowed. Let's call it that. That way I can also clean up that line right there. So once that dries, it'll have think I need this to be as well, dripping. Kind of breaks up all the brown that's going on. Unfortunately, root beer does not have any really pretty colors to it, and I want it to look like root beer. So if I did that, I need to come up here. Well, there's not a real good way to get in there. I guess I better stand up and do it. So it looks like a mixture of ice cream and snow, I guess, is what I'm... Oh, who was it that somebody said to put some... Roxanne, I got them off of Amazon. I'll add the link in. I just thought when... I was looking at something and somebody had their nails done for Halloween, and I thought, how in the heck does somebody paint that precise? And then I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, I should see what they've got for how they paint nails. And I do like them. I really do. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to make sure pour and top are a little bit heavier. But these definitely need some sparkles. I was going to put, let me find my diamond dust. I haven't used it for a while. And that will make it a little bit prettier. Wouldn't it be cute as a kind of like we did the teapots the other day, and we've done the softballs? Sandy Allen got lucky. I was reading through the last comments, and she found 5 or 6 of those ice cream cones, like the original ones that I did at the thrift store. So always keep an eye out. Oh yeah, that's gonna make it nice. Look at there, can you see it? So hard to see it when it's online. Teresa, after I'm done with this, my husband will spray the whole thing with just an outdoor clear spray. And it, actually, I don't know. I mean, I can do that, but I don't want the spray getting on the amber bottle, so I will probably wipe it on with a gloss clear glaze, which I don't even think I have any that's not dried up, so I'm gonna have to go on Amazon and look for some. That's what I'll use. That way I can just put it where I want. Although that word frosty, I'll probably have to spray. You know what? I was going to go for that look to have hands, but I think it's just going to be, I'm going to move it down some. I'll just move it down with the white paint. Wouldn't these look so good? Actually, that's a good idea, Christy, is to make this bigger and then have it printed smaller. Really good idea. Aww, he's looking cute. So this will, once I put that glaze over it, it'll make the root beer, I gotta go to clean up my handle, but it will make it glossy looking. It'll be pretty. And put some up here again. Oh, yes. Okay, now we need some white to distinguish it out. I think it's cute. I couldn't do the same things over and over and over. I need a variety. And that's why I like challenging myself with things like this that take you out of your normal things that you would do. Because if I hadn't bought a, oh man, it would not have been on my radar at all. Let's see. My phone's going to keep disconnecting. Oh, hi, Tracy. Hi, Claudia. Tammy's back. Hi, Sue. Thank you, Cindy. So yeah, it's always a challenge when you find something that you don't normally do. But what I'll have to do, I'm not going to do it on here. Oh, the bottles you get at a fair with root beer would be cute because that bottle's hard to find. You're right. We don't have the bottles at the fairs. We have the mug. Do you have the mug? Well, I guess you could find the bottles. But we have, and it's root beer, and the whole concession trailer has different flavors of root beer. And then you bring your mug back, and you get, I don't know, a discount on your refills. I do. Now I'm rolling around on crushed glass. And let's put some lines over here. I so much want to do gingerbread lines because it just reminds me of gingerbread. Gingerbread and root beer. I better not divide that out yet. Do need a little bit. I need to take some of this brown out of here. So I'm going to dry brush some. Just a little bit right here. And some people do put cherries. If you notice in my comments on my last thing, some people do put cherries on their float. And I might have small enough cherries. I'm gonna look tomorrow and see. And this handle is a little bit tricky. Get all those. Carried a big old glob of water with me right there. Hold on, I got that little bit of black that I want to get out of there. Okay, except I keep getting my hand in it. But I think I'm good with that. I gotta finish my S on Frosties. Oh, you know what I'm gonna put on here? Frosty needs a logo. So let's see if I can do. That's why I started it off so far away and I totally forgot about this part. So let's just do a simple Frosty head. And he'll be the trademark behind the brand. Oh, cute. But my brush is wet, so you can see that I'm painting right on top of that glass. So I gotta be really careful through all the steps. Cherries, I never thought of straw. Oh, thank you, Tammy. It does need a straw, Christy. Actually, I did. This was my drawing when I started off, and I did have a straw right there. That was kind of my drawing with my sayings as to what I wanted. So I forgot the straw. Thank you. Or you know what would have been cute? An ice cream scoop attached to the handle, and the bottom of the ice cream scoop could be a snowman painted on it. That would be cute. Okay, let me get rid of this glass that we got going on here. See what happens when my brush is too wet? It's because I'm using the same brushes. So I might, let's see, this one's nice and soft. And when I came out, I painted the brown section white to begin with. I let it set for about an hour, and then I came back to do my design. There. The only good thing about painting on the glass is if you make a mistake, it does come right off. Okay. Now I'm going to let that set overnight because I want that to be nice and cured, and then I can paint right over the top of it. But if there's any dampness at all, it'll just come off. Okay, let me see this. And I do have to go back over my lettering again. So now, you know what all started this was that pirate mega pint jug that I just did. And my husband brought it home and said, hey, he went out and spray painted it black. And I'm like, what the heck am I going to paint on a gallon jug? I'm sure I've painted them with snowmen before, but I guess now I should be picking up gallon jugs. So what I will do is come back on tomorrow night and finish this up. Oh, I've got that class tomorrow. I will finish this up sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow's only what, Thursday? Oh, tomorrow's only Thursday. I was thinking tomorrow was Friday. We're good. Because I'd really like to take a picture of it tonight. I'm so far behind in pictures. But I guess I have to go over all that lettering anyway. Melissa today made me a reel that is so pretty on my page with some Halloween stuff. So that's pretty wet. I'm gonna let it set a little bit. Because now I'm getting out of the lines. So anyway, guys, I will finish this up sometime tomorrow. And I think it'll be cute. And whoever bought the Crunch and Munch box of all things needs a root beer jug to go with it. Frosty's Cafe. Oh. Frosty's Floats. How about Frosty's Floats? Thank you, Nancy. Frosty's Floats. It's got to be Frosty's Floats. All right. I'll put Frosty's Floats in it. Yeah, so Mary Ann is busy getting ready, and so are the other sellers. I know I saw Roxana on the last one, and Tracy. And they are all getting ready for sales this weekend on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. So if you are not a member over there yet, it is free to join. And they will be painting. A lot of them do painting. We have other things for sale as well. And this is our week out of the month when we do Saturday pop-up sales. So Saturday morning, starting at 10 o'clock, they're going to rush through 15 minutes a piece. and sell. And then on Saturday night, we start at 6 p.m. and they have half-hour slots then. And then we come back on Sunday night. So it's going to be a big event. They're all getting ready for Christmas. So if you're thinking about getting Christmas started, it's going to be your place to go, especially if you don't have any craft shows in the area, because this group is made up of mainly people who used to do a lot of craft shows. Some of them still do, but we sell every weekend. And sometimes we have auctions. The auctions are a lot of fun, the first and third Fridays of every month. But the live sales are really where it's at. But then we have some ladies who are part of the group who never go live. So you can go over there right now and you can find things for sale. You know what I wish I wouldn't have done is put those white marks in here. So now I either make my letters fatter or I gotta go in and touch up that brown. Frosties, floats, and then how to make them. Like that. What this brush does do is when it hits up against anything that's dry and rigid, it wants to bounce. So Mary Ann's got the link there to Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. You need to come over, and then at some point I will be selling again. I'm going to Oklahoma, and then I've got to go to New Orleans. But when I get back, I'll be selling all of these items that I've made. So I'm not sure when, but every week we come out with a schedule. We'll have a schedule out later tonight. I got to go in and finish it up tonight and get it out. Okay. Still gonna have to go in and doctor up those darn white lines I shouldn't have put in there. So I'll probably work on that tomorrow after my white dries. But anyway, it's really cute for Frosty's root beer floats. I wish I had that. I'm gonna give the snowman one more coat so he can dry good for in the morning. There we go. That'll look good. I don't know that I want to hide that yellow cap. I think it looks good like that. So let me bring it down. We don't have very good internet tonight for some reason. So a little snowman up there, and then this brown jug. And if you didn't see it before, it used to be a root beer syrup, and it was frost top bottle. So Mary Ann told me a good idea to seal that up so that the label doesn't come off. Where I got the script liner and the brand. Connie, I just bought a generic set off of, thank you, Tammy. Yay, Nancy. I'm kind of needing to get busy and getting ready to do it. I thought about A&W. I had thought about an A&W logo. That's why I was going to do the A&W, and then I thought since it's